He kōna ipurangi tēnei nā te reo irirangi o Aotearoa.
Want to know what's good to watch at the movies, or conversely, what you should avoid? Every Friday on Afternoons with me, Jesse Mulligan, our critic tells us what's hot and what's not in the world of cinema. Take a listen for the latest on new releases, behind-the-scenes dramas and scoops from directors with critic Dominic Corry. Dom Corry's with us now. Hi.
Hi.
Have you had a good Oscar week?
Yeah. The ceremony didn't completely blow me away, but I liked the monologue. And
This is the Conan O'Brien monologue. It was a cold crowd, though, I thought.
Yeah. I struggle to take that thing too seriously. I think the only thing that's interesting that happens is the jokes,
Right.
and otherwise it's just a big industry-wide circle jerk. Fine. Yeah, I mean, one battle I loved, so I'm glad that won, but it doesn't mean anything.
Okay.
In my mind.
Tell us what you've been watching this week.
Okay, so I Swear comes out in theatres here next week. This is a biopic about John Davidson, who is a Tourette's awareness campaigner.
It's got a bit of
in the
publicity
UK.
during the BAFTAs, as I recall.
Yes. Real cluster F in that situation. An impossible situation. They put a mic on him and he said some things. But as with that situation, it's sort of solved by what this film does, which is greater understanding and awareness of this. And this film is a wonderful example of how cinema, being an empathy machine, just shows that if we're the more we know about things, the better we are to each other, and that our default position for so many things is distrust and fear and anger, and we just, we're such a vulnerable people. And this starts off with him as a kid. It starts to come on when he's sort of hitting puberty, and it's just devastatingly sad seeing how his...
Is it dramatized? Is it actors telling his story?
Yes, It's a scripted story of his life where we see him as a 13 or 14-year-old when it's starting to come on, and he's in a boys' school and he's getting bullied and his parents don't know what's happening and they think he's just mucking about. And then it goes on to his adult life where he's played by Robert Aramayo, who won the Best Actor at the BAFTAs. And this guy is a fantastic actor. It's an incredible performance. You might recognize him from the Lord of the Rings TV show. He played the young Elrond in that. And he was also actually in Game of Thrones. In a flashback episode, he played the young Sean Bean character. And he was also in this insane Netflix show that haunts me to this day called Behind Her Eyes about astral projection. But he's an interesting rising actor, and the physical embodiment of this condition is extremely authentic, it feels like. And it's, as I said, it's
Have we moved past a time where, because it wouldn't have been unimaginable that we might have had a time where people would have said, hey, to play someone with Tourette's syndrome, you have to have Tourette's syndrome yourself.
Yeah, that's an interesting point.
Yeah.
And I think we are still kind of in that phase. But the very nature of the condition would perhaps make that challenging.
Make it hard to deliver lines, Interesting.
But I bawled like a baby watching this film.
Did you?
It doesn't take much for me.
As you get older, As you get older as a guy, I reckon you get softer and softer.
No, I've always been a sensi.
Really?
Anyway, it's a wonderful film.
Side note, what movie have you cried the most in?
Unquestionably Thelma and Louise.
Really?
That ending destroyed me. So I guess it wasn't during the film; it was after it.
Yeah.
But I still hurts. I was young when I saw that. I just couldn't comprehend that would be the ending. I get it now, though.
I blubbed a bit in Blindside with Sandra Bullock.
Oh yeah,
and I saw that in
tearjerker.
I saw that in a movie theatre in Wanaka, and I tell you what, it's humiliating making sobbing sounds. It's a grown man. People surrounding you.
It's when those reclining seats come in handy. So you pull your hood up. And you're not.
I really embarrassed my wife, actually. And then the other one is, this is a weird moment to cry in, but do you remember at the end of Boy, during the credits they'd suddenly do Poirier and all the
Yeah.
cast come out and do
No,
sort of
I get
breakdancing
that.
and stuff. I found it exceptionally overwhelming emotionally.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I talked a few weeks ago about the documentary Tenor, My Name is Putty. That caused me to cry.
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot.
Actually, if you asked if you recommended that, my mum went along. She just loved it. It was one of her
good.
favourite movies for yonks.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
Okay. So I swear, it's on paper might come across as a worthy film. This guy that it's depicting, he was the subject of a few documentaries in Britain. So he helped people understand this. But also at the same time, when he's growing up in the 80s, it's not that long ago, and there was an almost medieval approach to this sort of thing. And we've still got such a long way to go in terms of compassion and empathy towards people living in challenging situations, but it's not a bummer of a film at all. It was fully inspirational and very much worth seeing. I swear, in theatres next week.
Do you remember in the 80s there was like a TV doco on Tourette's? It's
A
called like
British one?
My Name is David or something.
It
Does that
might
ring
be.
any bells
It
at
might
all?
be this one. Was it a British one?
Yeah.
It's probably
Same guy.
The same guy.
Ah.
Yeah, and that's sort of one aspect of the film. I kind of kept waiting for the bit when he's 15 years old and starring in a British BBC documentary, but they sort of leave that part out. I guess that's understandable.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, from what I understand, the timing kind of lines up for that.
Okay. John's Not Mad, it was called.
Yeah, that's him,
Amazing.
John Davidson,
Wow. Okay.
not the host of That's Incredible.
No. You're great with your 80s pop culture. Very good. That's called I Swear, and it's in theatres next week. Dom Corry's reviewing movies with us. Ready or Not 2, Here I Come, in theatres this week.
Yes, Ready or Not was a great little horror thriller of a few years ago about a bride who discovers that her in-laws may or may not be Satan worshippers, and they have to all chase her around the compound on the wedding night and try and kill her before dawn.
Yikes.
And it was such a cool little I'll never forget, there's a bit in it where a guy's looking up a YouTube tutorial on how to operate a crossbow. And then you see, because they've got weapons and they're chasing them around. And there's another bit where you see him Googling, deal with devil, real or not. And so this had this sort of spark to it. And it was so well received that the people who made it went on to make Scream 5 and 6, which is similar kind of thriller tone. And now they're back making a sequel, Ready or Not 2, Here I Come. As a huge fan of the original, I was really looking forward to it. It's just good. It's not bad. It's not amazing, but it sort of lacks maybe the little spark that made me really warm to the first one. Sarah Michelle Gellar's in this one. Sean Hattersey, who's an actor I've loved for years, who's finally getting his due in The Pit. You might recognise him from The Pit. I don't watch The Pit. I can't handle that stuff. But apparently he's one of the breakout characters.
Sean Hattersey, okay.
The guy with I think he's got a missing leg.
Yeah.
And his character in The Pit. And Samara Weaving is back as the lead. The young bride has to go through this other trial. Elijah Wood is in this. Catherine Newton, who's another screen queen, plays her sister. Yeah, perfectly competent filmmaking. Wasn't bored. Not that memorable.
Thank you. That's Ready or Not 2, Here I Come. And then if you can't get yourself off the couch and you want to watch something at home, there's War Machine on Netflix.
Yeah, now, this film is so stupid and I loved it. It's about these army rangers on a training situation and they encounter this big killer robot thing that may or may not be from outer space. And that's all there is to it. There's a bit in this, it stars Alan Ritchson, who is known for this Reacher series on Prime Video. He's this big, ridiculously gargantuan man.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a bit where he actually runs up and grabs someone by the scruff and says, "I'm not a hero." You know, it's that kind of film.
Yeah.
I had a ball watching it. It's slick in its tech and shot in Australia primarily. A few scenes shot in New Zealand whenever they need some whitewater river that people won't die if they get in. They come down here for that. And the big robot is cool. The dialogue is terrible. The characterization makes
One note.
Well, it makes ham-fisted seemed like an understatement. And but I had a big goofy grin. I mean, there used to just be a steady stream of films of this nature coming out in movies, and we don't get a lot of them these days. So I like it when one comes along that I actually had fun watching, and a big walking robot with laser beams, bifurcating people left and right. What more could you ask for?
Perfect. Dom Corry on movies. That's War Machine, newly on Netflix. He's also been reviewing Ready or Not 2. And I swear, great to see you. Thanks
Thanks, Jesse.